All right, look live, Jarvis. It's playtime.
Hello, folks. It is Friday night. It is 8 o'clock, which means it is time for me to get my stuff together. Okay, we're good. That means it is time for Wrestling Gold Friday night. Yes, it is. This is where we talk about the good old days of professional wrestling, back when wrestling was wrestling and wrestling was real, because damn it, it is still real to us. So I'll quit yapping for a second and enjoy the little intro. Then we'll start having a little fun talking about the good old days of pro wrestling.
What do you want to talk about?
Wrestling! And here!
Wrestling?
Why?
It's wrestling.
It's wrestling.
Why? Why?
Why not?
Yeah, why not?
Oh boy, oh boy, oh boy, oh boy, oh boy.
Why not? Why not?
It's fake.
Fake? What the hell are you talking about? Fake? It's not fake.
Fake.
Wrestling's not fake!
Okay, wrestling.
Hello, once again, folks. This is Ronald Ray, your boy with a cornbread accent. Welcome you to Wrestling Gold Friday night. And let's go ahead and get this thing going. I have the proper drink this evening. As you can tell, it is 8-ish, 8:02, according to my clock. And came close to having to make a post again and say, well, might have to start later again, but fortunately did not have to do that. But let's go ahead. Toast to the hard working men and women out there who worked hard this week and who are working hard this weekend. Cheers to you folks out there.
Business may pick up here.
Yes, indeed. Yeah, it's kind of the one bad thing about my job sometimes, besides the ever changing weather, is trying to get decisions from people. And once they okay a decision, they expect it to be done like right then, like we have everything ready to go just like that. But luckily, a few other things kind of gave us a curveball, so we're gonna have to wait a little longer and kind of just patch the area up for right now. Then hit it again come next week. Yeah, next week's gonna be a long one for me. But anyway, how is everybody doing this evening? You know how this goes. I am here live in a living color, baby, like the American Dream would say. So yes, join me live in the chat. Throw your 2 cents in to anything I discussed this evening. Share some memories. Maybe just ask questions if you want. I'll find out the answer somehow if I don't know it off the top of my head. I don't mind searching for an answer, or just simply be cool if this go on there and just give me a hello or what's up or anything like that. That's always cool as well. If you're not watching this live, of course, same deal. In a comment section, give a comment, share a memory, ask a question, or just simply say hello, just to let me know you're watching and you're enjoying yourself. Do like to get some feedback if you're enjoying it, so let me know about that. Yeah, it is Friday. Yes, I am a little tired, but I think I can make it. I think I can. But anyway, so yeah, we're going to do a little today in wrestling history. Today is April 24th, 2026. Also, we're going to do something a little different. This wasn't a main territory. It was an independent from the 90s, I think 1992. It's called North American Wrestling Alliance, which I kind of goofed up on. I was looking for North American Wrestling Association, which was South Atlantic Championship Wrestling or something like that, or South Atlantic Pro Wrestling. Anyway, I was going to get something from that, but this popped up, got my interest a little bit. Didn't watch it yet, but it should be so it should be interesting. It was at least a North independent promotion. Looks like it has Sean Waltman, 123 Kid, X-Pac, Lightning Kid. If you watch Global, I was thinking about doing Global too, but as soon as I seen he was on there, it's like, oh, maybe I should do Global. But I was like, nah, let's check this out. If it sucks, sorry. If it sucks, we can just sit here and make fun of it. So it should be somewhat entertaining. But if it's cool, hey, we'll talk about how cool it is, or still make fun of it. Oh, what's up, Joe? How's it going this evening? Cheers. Oh yeah. Put it in the chat if you're drinking anything. Let me know in the chat. Last week it was sweet tea. Today, like I said, I got the proper cold one this week. Last Friday was kind of a crap show. I don't know how long it's been. Can I say shit show? I already said damn it. I guess that's good. Good. Water with ice. That's good. Have you not to get too personal, have you tried the Gatorade Zero yet? I don't know if you remember last week I told you when you had Gatorade, I said, trust me, Gatorade Zero tastes better. It to me it does. Let me know if you've ever had it. Let me know what you think. But in my opinion, I think it tastes better than regular Gatorade or the fierce flavored Gatorades. That's just my opinion. I mean, long story short, I used to be almost 100 pounds heavier. Believe it or not, I was actually heavier than this. Oh, it wasn't on sale last week, so you can't get it. Oh, I will. Dollar General sometimes has them on sale. Sometimes. But yeah, anyway, I was close to 300 pounds. Or I was probably, let me remember correctly. I think I was tipping the scales at one time at 300 pounds. Not like I'm like a big in health now or anything like that, but at least I ain't 300 pounds. So long story short, I did this thing called a keto diet. And I was like, basically no carbs, no taters, no bread. So I couldn't have pastas. I couldn't have my sub sandwiches from Publix or anything like that. But I could eat, red meat, chicken, tuna, salad with some veggies, and basically, like bacon bits and ham, turkey, and dressing. Dressing had like 0 carbs, so I could have had that. But along with that, I couldn't have sugary drinks like sweet tea, regular Coke, or regular Gatorade. So I had to drink like Gatorade Zero, and I tried Coke Zero, couldn't do it. I did try the Cherry Coke Zero. It was at best. It was doable for the time, but then I kept drinking Sprite Zero. Sprite Zero and regular Sprite pretty much taste the same. So I was cool, because sometimes you just gotta have a little bit. especially if you eat dinner, drink something with a little bit of flavor to it as well. Um, but yeah, and even lunch during the day, you kind of want to drink something a little bit of flavor. But yeah, basically that's the reason I got on Gatorade Zero. Yeah, I'm drinking a beer right now. But even the energy drinks, I do the zero sugar Monster energy drinks. Then once COVID came about, of course you had all the savages buying up everything for like 2 or 3 weeks. Even all the toilet paper was ridiculous. It is retarded. Retarded stature of stupidity. I mean, is that bad. But anyway, everybody pretty much knows what crap show that was. But anyway, so after 2 weeks of eating bologna and tuna, I was like, man, I gotta have something else. So, for a couple of weeks again, I was eating like pasta with the ragu sauce because everybody bought up the ground beef. Then eventually, people kind of stayed level headed, I guess. They had to buy everything in the store, or they probably had everything locked up anyway. And so I guess the rest of us working folk could have, go in and got, decent groceries. But one of the habits I did keep when I go to a restaurant or something like that, I drink water now. It's just very habit now. Every now and then, special occasion, I might get a sweet tea, but 9 times out of 10, I'll have a water. And when you go out to eat, you want to save as much money as possible, and that's one of the best ways to save money, as much money as possible. Forget the $4 drink. Get you a free water or $3.50, however much it takes. But anyway, that's a little history about that. I need to get back on it because I mean, right now I stay between like 230, 240-ish. It kind of fluctuate, but depends on how much exercise I get. The site I'm at, even though it's a Tractor Supply, is a bit smaller, so I'm not, walking as much or as much of a distance. But come next month, I'll be doing a Walmart. I'll be doing a bit more walking, but if I can, I mean, because those Walmart sites can be pretty big. This was a pretty big one. So maybe drive at a certain spot, then walk. Drive where I can and walk most of the way. But anyway, enough about me. You didn't tune in here to talk about me, and plus I got this bad habit. I digress sometimes. It's a bad habit, I know. So, if I'm boring you and digressing too much, say, look, shut up and let's talk about wrestling. So that's what we're going to do right now. We're going to talk a little about wrestling, and starting off with today in wrestling history. Let's go. On this day in 1981 in Shreveport, Louisiana, Jimmy Garvin defeated the Grappler by disqualification to win the North American title. I guess at that time they decided to go, hey, no more champion's advantage. If you get yourself disqualified, you lose the title. Or this probably been like a special stipulation. But yeah, this is the Lynn Denton Grappler, the original Grappler. Probably before he teamed with Tony Anthony, who wound up being a Dirty White Boy, and then actually formed become the Dirty White Boys as a tag team as well. On this date in 1982, Harley Race wins the WWA World Heavyweight Championship from Bobo Brazil in Indianapolis, Indiana. Also on this date in 1982, Rip Oliver, the original, I guess he's the original Crippler, I kind of, spit that out. But yeah, the Crippler, Rip Oliver, wins the NWA Pacific Northwest title from let's go. Brett Sawyer. Of course, Brett Sawyer was the brother of Buzz Sawyer. Defeated him in Portland, Oregon. Scroll down. On this day in 1983, the AWA presented Super Sunday. Brad Renegans defeated Tom Rocky Stone. But Zumkov defeated Steve Regal. Jerry Lawler was actually on this show. He defeated John Tolos. The Texas Cowgirls, Wendy Richter and Joyce Grable, defeated Judy Martin and Velvet McIntyre in a tag team match. This was for the NWA Women's World Tag Team Championship. Wendy Richter and Joyce Grable were the champions going in and successfully defended their championship. Wahoo McDaniel defeated Eddie Boulder in a singles match. If you look closely there, there's Eddie Boulder right there. And if you're thinking, damn, that looks a whole lot like Brutus the Barber Beefcake. Well, you are right. That is Brutus Beefcake right there. Jesse Ventura, Ken Patera, and Blackjack Lanza defeated the High Flyers, Greg Gagne and Jim Brunzell, along with Rick Martel in a 6-man tag match. Vern Gagne and Mad Dog Vachon defeated Sheik, Adnan El Casey, and Jerry Blackwell. And in the main events, Nick Bockwinkel versus Hulk Hogan ended in a no contest after the referee reversed the decision. This is for the AWA World Heavyweight title. Everybody thought Hulk Hogan won, but I guess I forgot what the deal was. He must have got thrown on the top rope or something like that. But anyway, Lord James Blears was the special referee, and basically the people call it the Dusty finish, but I think it was a lot of promotions did it back in the day. Might have been originally from Eddie Graham, but who knows? But Dusty would use it a lot where, you go to an arena show. Perfect example, Starrcade 85. It looked like Dusty had won the NWA World title from Ric Flair. He let the arena win with it, but come the next television program, we find out that it wasn't Dusty who won it. It was, because of a disqualification that happened with the original referee, blah, blah, blah. So Dusty had to get back the title to Ric Flair. Same thing here. Controversial finish. Therefore, Hulk Hogan had to give the championship back to Nick Bockwinkel. Did this a couple of times, and then eventually Hulk said, screw this, and Vince McMahon called. He went to WWF, and the rest is history. Yes, this was in 1983. On this date in 1988, the Continental Wrestling Federation had their TV taping. All the titles were declared vacant because this was the new name for the Continental Wrestling. Well, Continental Wrestling Federation was Continental Championship Wrestling. They changed the name of it. The territory expanded to Alabama, Mississippi, Georgia, and the Florida Panhandle. Jack Curtis announces on television they are now a AWA territory instead of an NWA territory, and Kurt Hennig is recognized as their world champion. Like I said, they vacated all the singles championships, and a tournament was a tournament to proclaim one champion in the Continental area was announced. This was the Road to Birmingham angle they did. On this TV taping, though, Lord Humongous defeated Wendell Cooley, and yes, that is the Sid Vicious version of Lord Humongous, who recently went into the WWE Hall of Fame legacy portion. Yeah, I really didn't talk about that last night, did I? Because I did watch the Hall of Fame, and I wish Demolition could talk longer. I already made. Sorry, I don't mean to digress again, but yes, I hate the. I think I've discussed it before how I hate the whole legacy wing or whatever. Because the last couple 3 years they just put up a bunch of pictures on the screen and yeah, welcome to the legacy wing of this year's Hall of Fame. You know, it had like Steve Williams, Bruiser Brody, Buzz Sawyer. I'm not sure if that was all from last year or last few years, but anyway, they did that. I hated it. I was like, come on, let's let a family member go up there and say some things like they did with Vader and Junkyard Dog as well. They did that with. I think it'd be cool. I thought it would have been cool if they just done the same thing with those people as well as Sid Vicious and Bad News Brown, but they didn't. They just at least they had a video clip of each one of them. Probably wasn't a long one, but at least a little bit of a video clip talking about their career, and then went on from there. They didn't have the family speak or anything like that. A lot of people kind of up in arms about that, especially when especially when Stephanie McMahon took almost an hour to do hers. I mean, that's complete with video, her daughter and mother speaking for her, then she speaking for herself and all that good stuff. So, anyway, sorry, didn't mean to get on a tangent about that. Anyway, let's keep going here. On this date in 1989, the first ever pro wrestling show at the Tokyo Dome takes place, hosted by New Japan Pro Wrestling. Attendance was reported lightly inflated, according to this website. 53,600 people. Let's see, some of the matches on there. I'm not going to try to pronounce some of these names. Naoki Sano defeated Hiro Saito in the Young Tokyo Dome Cup final. Big Van Vader defeated Masahiro Chono. Tatsumi Fujinami had a match with Vladimir Brokovich. Buzz Sawyer lost to Victor Hashimoto defeated Riki Choshu. This is all part of the IWGP Heavyweight Title Tournament. Big Vader wound up defeating Shina Hashimoto to win the IWGP World Heavyweight Title. Masa Saida was there. George Takana and Super Strong Machine defeated Hiroshi Hase and Shiro Kashinaka. Jushin Liger wrestled there. Salman Hashimikov defeated Bam Bam Bigelow. And in the main event, Shota Chachivili defeated Antonio Inoki for the World Martial Arts title. And I think that, yep. And also on this date in 1989, last but not least, Jerry the King Lawler defeated the Master of Pain to win the USWA Unified World Title. Yes, that is a young Undertaker wrestling as the Master of Pain there. This was all the way back in 1989. And I think I've mentioned this lots of times. As soon as I seen him, I was like, was a fan because this was a big guy who was walking the rope. I mean, even the ropes on in Memphis TV, he'll walk those. When he went to WCW, he had to walk the ropes, do the elbow drop, then finish people off with a heart punch. Then I guess Ole Anderson said, "Hey, nobody's going to pay to see a Mark Callis, so go to Or he didn't tell him go to WWF and become an Undertaker, but that's probably one of the best things that happened to him. He should not be mad about it. Just kind of say, hey, he kind of would have dodged a bullet. Wrestling at that time had changed. If it was probably about 8 years sooner, 10 years soon, before 10 years like 1982, it'd probably been like first of all, Hollywood would have found something for him to do. Would have used him good, and plus kind of kept him as an attraction, which he wound up becoming anyway. He probably would have made tons of money as Mark Callis in Japan and all that good stuff, but wrestling had changed significantly at that time. Territories were kind of dying, and if you want to make big money, WWF was the place to go. He became the Undertaker, and the rest is history there. Anyway, that does for this week's today in wrestling history. I'll spit it out in a minute. Anyway, damn, I got through that pretty quickly. Yeah, my Japanese is not. If you can't tell, I am Southern. When I say cornbread accent, I do mean cornbread accent. Some of these Japanese names. Plus, if I'd never heard a name before, it's kind of hard for me to kind of pronounce things. But anyway. That hit the spot, I think. Ooh. All right, here. What was I going to do now? All right. Any questions? Any comments? Any memories? Memories? You and these memories. Japanese wrestling sucks. Not all of it, dude. At that time, Japanese wrestling was pretty cool. I mean, you had Chono there. Muda didn't come back. When did Muda come back to Japan? Don't make me look stuff up. I think some people kind of think Japan. I mean, I don't think it's the greatest thing in the world. Don't get me. I'm not one of these people like, oh, Japanese wrestling, greatest shit in the world. No, this guy's good. This guy's bad. This guy's good errors and bad errors and stuff like that. This era was pretty good. Like I say, you had Jushin Liger there, Masahiro Chono there, Riki Choshi was still there, Hashimoto was still there, Muda would come back. So it was pretty good during this time. Then you still had the influx of American wrestlers kind of coming in and out. All of Japan was pretty good at this time too, because you had Stan Hansen, Terry Gordy, and that was Misawa was there. I think that was his name. So you had a lot of influx. You had a lot of influx of American stars there as well, plus Japanese stuff. Yeah. You just got. Yeah, they're not. Here's the thing about Dave Meltzer. I get it. He had people giving him info from all these promotions, and he kind of broke kayfabe in his newsletters and stuff like that. Then he started rating matches 5-star, 5-star here, 5-star there, stuff like that. I don't think that's no different from what I do, except for I don't give it no star rating or anything. I thought this match was good. I thought this match sucks. This match was okay. This is reason I thought it was good. This reason I thought it was bad. This reason I thought it was okay. Pro wrestling's like any form of, I hate to say, entertainment. That's including all of sports entertainment, NFL, baseball, soccer, hockey, whatever. Have movies. All that is subjective. Not everybody's going to have the same opinion. I mean, you're going to have a group of people have the same opinion, but for the most part, people got, little different opinions here and there. Kind of like movies. Some people like, there's people who did not like the Infinite Stone saga of the Marvel movies. I liked them. A lot of people liked them. Now, was there a movie in that period good? Not really, but they were watchable, I thought, at the time. I thought like Star Wars. I like Revenge of the Sith. I thought it was pretty good. A lot of people didn't like none of the prequel trilogies until they came out with 7, 8, 9. Then people were like, you know what, those prequels weren't too bad. But anyway, but yeah, I mean, like I said, I like the Japanese stuff. I love when found out you can get some of the Japanese stuff on eBay and RF Video and all that. Because I thought, even FMW, some of that stuff was okay. Some of it was the exploding cage match, stuff like that. It's like, okay, I can see one match of this, but I couldn't see like 10 matches, 5 in a. If I was in the audience, I don't think I'd see like 5 of those matches in a row, because they would eventually be repetitive. Let's see. Match ends with both guys laying on the ground, barely moving, showing respect, shake hands, but exactly the same. That was their style. They were, trying to be a little more, I guess, realistic. But then you had Muto come out as Muta and all that. Then you had Jushin Liger. They had talent, but it's like, I get it. I don't think I've watched every 5-star rated match by Meltzer. Don't care. Yeah, he's from California. But then again, if it's like, he probably had like better access to that stuff than we did. It's kind of like, I'm not trying to defend the guy, it's come to find out that, some of the stuff he said in his newsletters and stuff like that was BS. But, only way I defend him is that he thought, because I'm pretty sure like a movie reviewer, most movie reviewers, they pretty much watch a lot of movies, I'm talking about even bad movies they'll eventually watch. I would like to get on that level, but sometimes I just don't really have time. So I watch the main show. Try and watch the NXT when I can, except for the hotel I'm staying at. Their NXT affiliate or their CW affiliate don't carry NXT. Yeah, exactly. It's just all opinions. This, while the wrestling he watched during, even now, he thought Japan was better. Now there was a period there when UFC was white hot. If I remember correctly, there was that period where UFC was like white hot with Randy Coleman's, the Chuck Liddells, and all them, Ronda Rousey. He was 100 UFC guy, MMA guy. Of course, he didn't like WWE. He still don't like WWE, and I can understand that. It's not. I mean, it's kind of like me in the '80s. I prefer the NWA over the WWF. Right now, you don't have. I mean, you have AEW, but it's, in my opinion, it's not that great. They have some good matches, but there's nobody right there at this time that like really grabs your attention. It's almost like Japanese wrestling. Uh, oh, except for, I mean, at this time, yeah, there were a lot of good people. Muto definitely will grab people's attentions. Yeah, things change real fast. But yeah, like I said, people's opinions change, and it's just his opinion and why people. I guess because he was that guy who did break kayfabe, did the newsletters telling you this person's jumping ship, this person's real name is this. Look for this person to win the title at this time. This person's leaving. This person's out with injury, stuff like that. Basically, he had a newsletter before the internet, and he had his sources and stuff like that. And like I said, I watched a shitload of wrestling, and that's his opinion. It's like, hey, I'm pretty sure a lot of I liked it. I liked the CM Punk Roman Reigns match. Dave Meltzer actually, if I read it correctly, or if it was true, I read it on social media, the internet, so it's got to be true, right? Apparently, he rated the CM Punk Roman Reigns match, gave it 5 stars. And it wasn't at the Tokyo Dome. But, like I said, some of the Japanese stuff at that time, I liked it. Like I said, I was a fan of Hayabusa. I remember when Chris Benoit was kind of coming up. And yeah, I guess I was a Chris. Yes, I was a Chris. A lot of us was Chris Benoit fans. But trust me, murdering your family changes your opinions about a person, and it changed my opinion. But at the time, I thought I was a Chris Benoit fan. Watched his Japanese stuff, ECW stuff, WCW stuff, then back to Japan, ECW, or whatever, and WWE stuff. Eddie Guerrero as well, Dean Malenko. They did their time in Japan and stuff like that, and had good matches. But it's like now. I mean, it's like now. Look at it. A bunch of people a lot of people are ride or die. AEW is the greatest thing since sliced bread. WWE is, still the greatest of all time. Me, I try to take the good with the bad with both of them. I've noticed that lately AEW is having their, instead of starting a show with a match, which I always gave them props for, now they're doing promos to begin the match, and promos here and there. But I thought the match with Tommaso Ciampa and Darby Allin was good. Did a knee blood and jumping off the top of the, you know, do the psycho driver from the top of the turnbuckle to the floor. And when I mean floor, I mean to the, well, that mat's about that thin. When you're coming from the top rope like that with somebody, it's still going to hurt. I'm pretty sure it hurt. And it could have been even worse. Because like I said, that mat's probably about, you know, yay thin. And it's not like a airbag like Stuntman uses or anything like that. It's there. And below that is concrete, not cement, concrete. I watched something the other day, Jim Ross call it damn cement. It pissed me off. But anyway. Or, okay, no, it wasn't Jim Ross. Who was it? It was some other announcer. Who's getting slammed on the cement for? It's not cement, it's concrete, you jackass. There's a difference. Yes, cement is a particle they put in with the rocks and the stand and the sand and everything else to make it concrete. I don't know if it was Lance Storm or not Lance Storm. Lance Russell. Could have been Lance Russell. I don't know. I forget. I know Jim Ross did it once. And I watched something where he did it and pissed me off. Excalibur did it one time and it pissed me off. I forgot which episode of Dynamite it was, and when I gave my Dynamite review, I distinctly said no. No, you dumbass. You dumbass sockface. It is not cement, it's concrete. Yes, this happens when you wind up having a career where you know way too much about concrete, asphalt, and soil than you thought you would ever know about. But anyway, let's see. Yeah, we're talking about Japanese wrestling. Hey. And see, I remember watching like AAA wrestling and CMLL wrestling on the Mexican channel. I wish I had an English interpreter because I like to know what's going on. And some of those were good. Some of those were, eh. A lot of flips, a lot of dives. A lot of colorful masks. But yeah. But heck, talking about things that being the same in like every match is, you can probably point that out to like all of wrestling now. Everybody's got to do the dives, fight. Even on Raws now, it's like they fight outside the ring, they get back in the ring, for a commentator's table. It's like I think the commentator's table takes hella bumps. Probably sometimes more bumps than the wrestlers. But I digress on that. Anyway, who is ready for a watch along? Let me go ahead and share the link in the chat. Going to take a quick commercial break, and we'll be back after a word from my sponsor. Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Ronald Ray here, your boy with a cornbread accent. If you made it this far in the video, you're having fun. You folks know what to do. Everybody says this, so let's go through the whole routine. If you enjoy it, click on that like button. Also, leave me a comment. Give me your opinions on anything I talk about tonight. Ask questions, or just drop a friendly hello. That's always cool as well. Also, if you enjoy listening to a fan, just like you folks at home, talk about the sport of professional wrestling, be a champ, click on that subscribe button. Now, back to our program. All right, like I said, this week's watch along is North American Wrestling Alliance television that took place July 5th, 1982. Thank you to, oops, there we go. Thank you to, whoops, before I lose it, at Roy Lucier Wrestling Territories. He's got some good stuff on his channel, so appreciate it. Hopefully you'll. I shared the link, so you're gonna get all the views. At least 2, 3, maybe 60 more views. Yes, I'm kind of like averaging on like almost 60 views on Wrestling Gold. Unfortunately, it is, they watch this, after the fact. So yeah, if you kind of watch this regularly, hey, join us live, man. I don't bite. I want to talk some wrestling shit. I love talking wrestling. This is how I relax. After a hard day, after a hard week, you drink a beer or drink a water, Gatorade, Coca-Cola, Pepsi, Dr. Pepper, sweet tea, lemonade. Ooh, I would love some lemonade right now. Anyway, let me know when you're ready. We'll count it off and start this watch along. Should be interesting, I guess. Is it going to be bad or it's going to be decent? Either way, we find something to make fun of because that's what we do. That's what I do. That's what I do. Now, I was going to do like one of those. Remember back in the 80s, Joe Pensino and Gordon Solie did Pro Wrestling This Week. I was going to do one of those, but kind of changed my mind and did this. I'm not sure if anybody be kind of interested in this. I mean, I would find it interesting. I like watching those. Might do that. Need if anybody's got any ideas, because we're creeping up on episode 100, so we got to do something cool for episode 100. So anyway, let's go ahead and start this week's watch along. And 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, press play now. The North American Wrestling Alliance. And there he is, the 1, 2, 3, or actually at the time he was the Lightning Kid. Don't know who that is, but he's choking the crap out of somebody. Yes, I got my. Oh, that's a Rochester Roadblock getting suplexed. Don't know who's getting suplexed by. And yes, recently I'm doing this with an English accent because there was a show called International Championship Wrestling. At this time, had an English commentator, and we'll have the same match every week. Yeah, the Brooklyn Brawler. So this is definitely maybe New York or something like that. Mr. Electricity, but not Steven Regal, not the English guy Steven Regal either. Johnny Rotten kind of looks familiar. That's not Johnny Grunge, is it? Yep, Mr. Electricity is trying to get the thunder and the lightning going. And it looks like Mr. Electricity and Brutus Beefcake shopped at the same britches store. I got caught that time. Big spine buster. Cops for kids. Yeah, I wish I did a close up to Johnny Rotten's face. It almost looked like if he had like a full head of hair and or like instead of the mullet, like hair all over. Double clothesline for no fucking reason. Oh, the big fist drop. Is that going to be it? Nope. He's going to go back to the second rope, and he's going to miss this time. You dummy. But yeah, it almost looks like very young Johnny Grunge. Yeah, they did. Rocco Rock was the star of that team. Yes, and the team of Public Enemy, Rocco Rock was Shawn Michaels. Johnny Grunge was a below grade Marty Jannetty. But yeah, like I said, looks like Mr. Electricity and Bruce Beefcake shop at the same store to get their britches done. Oh, got the head fake. Oh, reversal. Oh, Johnny Rotten with a big win over. Fans did not like that one bit. Why you pinned and finished? I think if I was booking this, I'd be like, dude, hook the tights. You're the heel. Cheat the win. All right, there you go. Call the hotline. 900-226 NAWA. That's 900-226-6292. 150 per minute. Kids get your parents' permission before calling. Oh, the hater. This dude. He hates everything. He hates people. He hates his tights. He hates that referee. He hates his opponent. He hates the ring. He hates the ropes. He hates the announcer. He hates dogs. He hates cats. He hates snakes. He hates horses. He hated the old yeller. He hates cops. He hates doctors. He hates lawyers. He hates his cellmate. He hates men. He hates women. He hates children. And as he come out to Ugly Kid, okay, the hater's not coming out this song, but Cash Jackson's come out to I Hate Everything About You. Who booked this freaking music? Yeah, he hates his barber. God dang it. I would hate my barber too if he cut my hair that way. He hates video games. He hates football. He hates baseball. He hates hockey. He hates checkers. He hates chess. He hates video games. That mofo just hates everything. Okay, why they say that dude's a hater? Okay, I got messed up. The ring announcer messed me up. Cash Jackson's in the ring. The hater. Okay, so ring announcer screwed me up. The guy in the flaming britches, he's the hater. Same thing applies. He hates everything. He hates his barber. Okay, the hater's the one in the flamer britches. But anyway, just to clue you in though, the hater also hates Cash Jackson's barber. Yeah, the ring announcer fucked it up. You know what else hater hates? Belly to back suplexes. He hates those. He hates his wife. He hates his kids. He hates his parents. He hates his uh, aunts, uncles, cousins, grandparents, great grandparents. He hates his neighbor. He hates clotheslines. That's the reason he gave such a sloppy looking clothesline. He hates them. He hates pile drivers. That's why he did that move. Speaking of bands, I did like Ugly Kid Joe. I ain't saying they were a great band or anything like that. I enjoy listening to them. They did a great cover of Cats in the Cradle. There he is. I got my nuts in the back of your head. Now I'm pulling your face. Now I'm doing a go behind. You know why? Because I hate you and your barber and your stupid haircut. Yeah, they were pretty good. I was listening to them on the way home. You know what else I was listening to on the way home today? The Offspring. Drivers are rude. Shuts attitudes when I show my peace. Complaint sees something inside. I feel like a guy, you stupid, dumb shit guy. Mother. That's a perfect song to listen to on I-85 on a Friday, any day of the week in downtown Atlanta. All right. Everybody does the head snapping thing. See, everybody's been watching Kurt Hennig, Mr. Perfect matches. He's choking on or can we call him Foot Locker? Oh, there's a big power slam. See, that's the thing about some of these indies, they just did moves just to do moves. And puts his nuts on his chin. Devastating. Actually, that was Ivan Koloff. Well, Ivan Koloff actually did put the knee in the back of the head when he did it. And at the time, it did look pretty devastating. It got him the Worldwide Wrestling Federation title. Okay, so they're out of New York. Yes, I like for y'all Yankees to come down here to Winder, Georgia, and put on a show. That way we can boo the fuck out of that hater guy. Okay, that's the Condor. Dude just stood there. Oh, Condor. Condor's like, look, I don't get paid by the hour. The Condor with a big, quick victory there. He's sitting there in 1992. So, look, somebody in April of 2026 is going to watch this video and make fun of some of these people. I don't want to be one of them. Oh, yeah, here we go. You better boo. So, this is supposed to be right after he got let go or released from the WWF. I believe one of the reasons he got let go was because he was a little snug with Sid Vicious. Didn't sell for him or anything. But that is a underrated. I wish they lasted longer as a tag team. They definitely deserved tag team gold when there was a tag team. I'm talking about Paul Roma and Hercules Hernandez, Power and Glory. Yeah. Yeah, the Condor has some big arms for a 5-footer. Yeah, it looks like Randy or Bruce Beefcake's britches maker made a lot of money on this one. Looks like he's got at least two people he made britches for. That wasn't a nice drop kick. That's a shitty looking drop kick. Yeah, this is before he went to WCW as the Super Invader. Was that right? Oh, Jimmy Star. Now, Jimmy Star better learn to kind of sell a little bit better than that. Hercules, he's one of those he can work with you. He's fluent, but by golly, he'll make you feel something. Oh, got the full Nelson on. I think he's gonna say, I concede. Maybe. Yep, that's it. And I don't know who the hell this guy is with the Zubaz. The hell is that guy? Dude, you just freaking lost. Wait, there we go. Hurt's gonna have to. There we go. I think Hercules might have to smack that kid around a little bit. There he is, the man, the myth, the legend, the Lightning Kid. Oh, he's a heel here. He's a heel. Now I will say, especially at this time, he just had that annoying factor to him. It was really hard to cheer for him. But he was good. He was good in the ring. I'll give him that much. He was doing a few things that at the time I didn't see. Yeah, he's the locker room dealer. And I still say, yeah, go check out some early matches of Lightning Kid versus Jerry Lynn. But yeah, at this time, I mean, you just look at him, it's like, man, what a little bratty punk kid. And he never did outgrow that in his career, I don't think. Well, no, I think it's like I said, he just kind of like looks like a snot nosed punk kid. They just want to smack, so therefore, Oh, look there. Uh, Matt Anthony pulled up a tilt-a-whirl backbreaker like he's somebody. Well, I mean, at that time too, there wasn't too many wrestlers smaller than him. I, say no, not today, brother. And look, I guess look at him. He became friends with Sean, Hunter, Nash, Hall. Not too bad. A couple little foul ups there, but not too bad. Right 'em, 701 North McQuestion Parkway, Mount Vernon, New York, 10552. Hey, yeah, y'all bring that Lightning Kid and that Hater, yeah, bring all those wrestlers here to Georgia. Ah, the Metal Maniac. Nobody cares for the Metal Maniac. Yeah, I do remember reading about him in the magazines and stuff. Yes, a young white meat babyface, Tommy Dreamer. Let's see. Before this, he was called T.D. Madison, but I guess he dropped the Madison part. Said, "Okay, I'm my name's Tommy, and I'm a dreamer, so therefore." Yes, he's right here. He's your typical white meat babyface with a fancy jacket, smiling, clean cut, a whole lot better shape, way less concussions at this time in his career. Yeah, this is way before he started using signs and chairs and frying pans and so yeah, everything that Tommy's is right now that the NAWA fans like about Tommy Dreamer was everything ECW fans hated. And it took him a while to get over as a babyface. Look at her, Lucha Tommy. Oh, here we go. 10 punches of doom. Oh, wow. He's only 20 at this time. Oh, you big dummy. But yeah, he was a former, and when I was just talking about the ICW, multi-time tag team champion with his brother, GQ Madison. I think it's GQ or TJ or some shit like that. Yeah, G. But yeah, uh, not sure if they were really brothers. They were at least 3-time tag team champions, and I think who they feud with over that. Yeah, the Equalizers, Zip and Zap. Yeah, that was a legendary team. There we go. The sneaky sleeper. He tapped. He tapped, Bref. I see him tapping. Oh, they didn't have taps set back then. It is over. He is. Good night, Irene. Now you got to go wake him up. Oh wow, this okay. It's the Brooklyn Brawler, Steve Lombardi. I be damn. This is a main event anywhere in the country, but you got it right here in AWA. Nikolai Volkov versus the Brooklyn Brawler. So yeah, I guess he was doing some of the independents before he, what was it, 93 or 94 when he went back to WWE as a member of the Ted DiBiase $1 Million Corporation, whatever. And the story was, he, fell in hard times or whatever. So instead of having the dollar signs on his trunks, he had the cent symbol. Say it. Hey, look! I mean, look at it though, man. It drew a house. Look at there. Look at all those people. Yeah, Nikolai don't play shoving crap. God. Oh, come on. Boo. We want to see the finish here. Yeah, Nikolai Volkov. Yeah, Nikolai Volkov was a star in the territories. And of course this is kind of the downswing of his career. You know, he wasn't in any kind of championship picture or anything like that, except for in AWA.
So long from the peach state
Whoops,
of
wrong
Georgia.
button. Right button. And dude was freaking massive too. And he hates oak trees. Oh, the cheetah. Now, the cheetah kid was Rocco Rock. Let's see. Joe King says early Mid South and some of those DVDs I have. Yeah, he was a main heel there. I know in Georgia he was at least one of the main heels, which it was it was a Cold War time. He was Russian, so therefore, yeah, he's got to be a heel. So this promotion wasn't quite established yet, just on the ground room floor. Joey Styles. Oops, there we go. All right. Well, like I said, it was interesting. Got to see basically well, let's say, I guess the only name veteran she had on this was Hercules Hernandez, Nikolai Volkov, and the Brooklyn Brawler. Johnny Rotten didn't get before he got grungy. The Hater, I don't think he did anything too much. Neither did the Condor. Lightning Kid, of course, had a great career as the 1-2-3. I mean, that's what kicked off his uh, career was doing the upset win over Razor Ramon and became a little bit of a fanfare in the WWF at the time and had a pretty long career from that one. Yeah, has some bad. Yeah, that Condor and Intruder, he's like, well, we both suck, dude, so we're not gonna have this match long. Uh, and that Lightning Kid Matt Anthony match, it was decent. It had a couple little foo bars in there, but nothing. I mean, two kids just, I mean, just started. Yeah, not bad. Uh, Mr. Electricity, we never heard from him again. Nikolai Volkov, Brooklyn Brawler, they were probably like, look, brother, we're not gonna get paid jack crap. Let's just go out there, no bumps, couple of strikes here and there, go out in the ring, get disqualified, go home. Metal Maniac, yeah, the Metal Maniac I've had in magazines at the time. And I mean, Tommy Dreamer, I do remember from ICW. Like I said, he was TD Madison for a while. Then his brother came in and they were tag team champions like 3 times. Kind of had the same. They didn't do the same moves as the Steiner brothers, but they both wore the singlets and stuff like that. Uh, yeah, they had to have some job guys. uh, then I remember when he became Tommy Dreamer, I was like, huh? Who the hell is a Tommy? I remember reading Tommy Dreamer's name in the magazine, and they actually explained in the magazine, Tommy Dreamer used to be TD Madison. They actually explained on one of the ICW TVs one time. It's like, yeah, this Tommy Dreamer, he used to be TD Madison. Now he's going on by the name of Tommy Dreamer. or the Boston Bad Boy. I can't do his. I gotta listen to his accent again. But yeah, and of course, like I said, Johnny Rotten became Johnny Grunge, and um, was in a couple tag teams with Ted Petty. I think they were both the Cheetah Kids or something like that. Yeah, Rocco Rock was he was definitely the workhorse in that duo. They just so happened to be good buddies. And it's like it's almost weird kind of seeing Tommy Dreamer being that kind of going back being that white meat baby face. I do remember being that white meat baby face, pretty boy baby face before he became Tommy Dreamer, the innovator of violence. But it's kind of weird now going back and seeing him as that. But yeah. So a lot of good stuff or I won't say a lot of good stuff. Like Joe said, some good, some bad. Interesting, just interesting. Like I said, seeing some of the up and comers at the time before they became stars. So not okay. Pretend like you don't know what you know now. And if you did watch this for the first time back in '92, and you had to pick, I ain't talking about the people who are already stars like Hercules and Nikolai and Brooklyn Baller. Out of all these wrestlers you've seen here, who would you have thought would have been a future star? Say, kind of, out of your mind, like, okay, I don't know what none of these guys became, but who over here did you think would be like, okay, yeah, I mean, definitely. Even though the hater, he did have the size, uh, he didn't have no technique or whatever. I mean, just learning. But obviously, life happens sometimes. I don't know what happened to any of these guys. I'm pretty sure they're like, look, we gave it a shot, and uh, girlfriend's pregnant. I gotta get married, or I'm already married, and I'm expecting a baby, uh, or they had got hurt one or two times. Like, look, uh, I ain't making lots of money doing this, so therefore, I'm gonna get a real job and not get hurt so much. But yeah, Tommy Dreamer definitely looked like a star in the making. And you kind of understand why, ICW pushed him and then changed his name and kept pushing him as a singles guy. And why, Paul Heyman, when he brought him in, it's like, okay, this guy's got it. Now I'm glad he let that handspring back elbow at home. He didn't use that too many times. Definitely used too many times, I don't think, in ECW. Guess Paul Heyman definitely said, look, that handspring elbow like Muda does, you ain't Muda, buddy. So leave that one at home. Yeah, I think trying to think. Let's see, 91. I would have been crap. So 4 times. Well, I think 91. I was probably still watching a little bit of 92. Then the summer I turned 16 when I got my driver's license, and I worked that summer. So I was still kind of really keeping up with it, and I say around 92, once I started kind of working and having a little bit of a social life. So I would say 92, 93. I took a little, even though I was still kind of keeping up with it. I think Superstars Wrestling was just wasn't there no more. I think they turned to Channel 14, but I was hardly ever home. I'm thinking that's the right. Don't quote me on that one. That might be wrong time frame, but I know at one time they went to Channel 14, and it was like an independent TV station in Georgia. And I really didn't get back into it till I guess I started hanging out with you guys. So that's probably maybe in the 93, whenever I started Monzios. It might have been. Yeah, it might have been. I might have took a little break. Yeah, I say probably like 93-ish. I think that's when we started kind of hanging out. And that's why we started hanging out, because I think you turned on wrestling at Mazio, started watching Clash of Champions. I forgot who Vader was wrestling at the time, but he got thrown outside the ring, and the camera's right there where he went, shit! I'm like, whoa, buddy. So yeah, August 93, September. Yeah, that sounds about right. That's probably when we started hanging out. And like I said, you turn on Clash of Champions, and I'm sitting there like, oh my gosh, wrestling fans? They still exist? Then we started bullshitting about it. And of course, the question we always ask, like, man, remember when the Monkeys beat the Gladiators on WTBS? And you remembered it. Remember the finish and everything. I was like, okay, yeah. Definitely kinship here. Yeah, see, that's how you know you're hanging out with wrestling fans. If they can remember, the Monkeys beating the Gladiators on WTBS. The California champions, the Gladiators. They came all the way from California to be in a Crockett Cup, and they're going to show you what they can do against the Monkeys. But the Monkeys wind up winning, and therefore Gladiators were out of the Crockett Cup. They put the Monkeys in. It was Monkey Mania was running wild, brother. And you thought Kofi Mania was big? No. It was Monkey, the Punkster and the Punkamaniacs. No. Don't hold a candle to Monkey Mania and the Monkey Maniacs. I mean, you had Hulk Hogan, the Hulkamania, and the Hulkamaniacs. Then the Monkeys and Monkey Mania, Multimaniacs. Then it's just everybody else after that, That's the way I see it. Yes, I'm being full of shit. But you see something like that, you didn't expect it, didn't read no Meltzer newsletter, there was no internet. And when the Monkeys got that, 3 count, the pop out of that damn studio was huge, brother. It was huge. Big pop out of that studio. No, totally organic. People, fans really popping and cheering. No piped in BS. No stupid little, this match is for one fall. One fall. Shut the fuck up with that shit. No, that people say you deserve it after they won. They was just happy and cheered at the guys who got their ass whooped every week won a match. I have to find that episode, watch it one day. But yeah, next week we'll do one of the pro wrestling this week's. Yeah, I mean, even go back and watch like Worldwide and NWA Pro when it was like in a uh, like a regular venue, not a TV studio. Gosh, I mean, the other week, the other week I was sitting there watching something, and when the Rock and Roll Express came out, I think they just got there in like '85, and good God, people were popping, and it's like I said, folks, this is organic crowds and stuff like that. So the huge pop for Magnum, the huge pop for Dusty, huge pop for the Rock and Roll, of course. The loud boos for the Four Horsemen. Boo the fuck out of the Midnights with Jim Cornette. Hell, they even booed the fuck out of Black Bart. Dadgum. How the dadgum heck that you gonna boo dadgum Black Bart? Dadgum it. But okay, yeah. So yeah, next week we'll have Pro Wrestling This Week, hosted by Joe Pensino and Gordon Soley from April 18th, 1987. Because I already got saved. That's why we're watching it. Then, let's see, that'll be episode 99. Oh, yeah, the show's at the Bashes, most definitely. So, yeah, that'll be next week be 99, and the following week be episode 100. 100 episodes of Wrestling Gold Friday Night. So, man, let's get some viewers on here. Go, if you're watching this, get your friends, family, cousins, aunts, uncles. Tell them tune in. Join me in the chat. Have some fun. And I have fun here. I mean, there's a few people I've made fun of. I would really love making fun of Condor, but he's like, nope. I believe I want to say when the Condor came out, it's like, you know what? There's this thing going to be called the internet, and there's going to be this thing called YouTube, and some mofo in 2026 is going to try to have his own YouTube show, and he's going to use this as a watch along, and he's already made fun of the hater. So therefore, I want to keep my match short and sweet so he won't make fun of me so much. Yep, I do believe that's what happened. He's a psychic, I tell you, he's a psychic. But anyway, so yes, next week, Pro Wrestling This Week, show 100. Gosh, I gotta find something. Maybe episode 100 would do the one that Omni shows. Let me see how much. Let's not put that in the bank yet, because the Omni shows are like 2 hours long. So, let's see how much history, anything happened that day. If we can do that short and sweet, then turn into one of the Omni shows. We'll do that. Because I'm looking at one right now. It looks kind of interesting here. Anyway, but yep, I think I'm about to call it a night here for this evening. Getting a little hungry and all that good stuff, and the beer's kind of going through me. So they're just calling. I ain't quite figured that part out yet. Think if I ever do make money at doing this, I'm gonna have to have a decorative studio bathroom. So I had to handle the business right there. Gosh, Tony Schiavone. I mean, I don't mean to digress, but yeah, Tony Schiavone was talking about that. Somebody asked him, was like, what do you do about, on these long shows and you gotta go to the bathroom? And Tony Schiavone was like, just hold it. Don't go. Just hold it. But anyway, like I said, that does it for me this evening. Appreciate everybody who joined me live and joined me live in the chat. Appreciate all you folks who did watch the replay of this. Like I said, join us live, have some fun. Other than that, you folks have a good one. Take it easy. And until next time.
So long from the peach state of Georgia.
Ronald Ray here saying thank you for checking out my video. If you don't mind, go ahead and click that thumbs up button, leave a comment, and share this video with family and friends. I would also appreciate it if you would subscribe to RP2 Vision, where I cover the sport of professional wrestling from yesterday to today. Now don't forget to click the notification bell as well, so you'll be notified when my other weekly content is available, like Wrestling Trivia Tuesday, WWE Raw Recap, and AEW Dynamite Recap. I also have 2 live streams. Every Thursday at 8 p.m., it's Spot Show Live Stream, where I discuss the latest news in professional wrestling. And on Friday nights at 8 o'clock p.m., it's Wrestling Gold Friday Night, where I discuss the good old days of professional wrestling. When wrestling was wrestling, wrestling was real because it's still real to us. Folks, have a good one and take it easy.